Hello and thanks for joining us. There has been a lot of discussion recently about the relationships between police departments and the communities they serve. Here in West Palm Beach, we wanted to take a closer look at that relationship, a closer look at some of the things that our officers do that go beyond simply patrolling the streets and solving crimes. Over the next few minutes, we're going to show you some real interesting things that our police department does to connect with our community. Our coverage starts off with a story by Cheryl Kahn.
Most people call police when there's a problem, but that's not the only time officers are in your area, and they want you to know they're here to help. West Palm Beach police often interact with the public between calls. They're hoping to build good relationships when there's nothing going wrong, so if they do have to come back when there is trouble, people will trust them enough to cooperate.
So you got to get out of your car, you got to see people, look at people in the eye, shake hands, how you doing, how's your day? Is there anything else I can help you with? Hansel, Freddy, Hansel y Arinen. ¿Son hermanos? No.
They need a certain amount of patience and empathy to handle any number of issues on the streets and at area businesses.
Do you have any warrants, sir?
Oh.
Okay.
Every time when you tell them, they just move out, and after that?
I know.
On domestic calls, arguments between friends and relatives can sometimes escalate, and cops often find themselves in the middle, a delicate balance they've been trained to deal with.
I had sent her to the store and I asked her why did she spend my other $5 and she got all hysterical.
Your mom?
In addition to enforcing the law, police can also use interactions like these as a chance to help, dealing gently with those who are clearly having problems.
Señor, ¿cómo está?
Handing out a list of places to go for services to those who need them.
Yeah, I printed up and made a collection of all the community assistance programs. It's in English and it's also in Spanish.
Like this homeless man who was panhandling in the middle of a very busy intersection.
You cannot keep doing this. I'm not taking you to jail. I don't want to take you to jail.
Working to keep their relationship with the people they serve cordial and the city calm. This is Cheryl Kahn reporting for TV18.
Cheryl, thank you. One of the most important elements of the relationship between police department and community is good communication. That communication can take many forms, whether it's the police officer walking through the neighborhood or whether it's someone from the department attending one of the numerous neighborhood meetings that take place across the city, making sure residents have a clear picture of what's happening in their neck of the woods.
The mayor's neighborhood meetings held in the Flagler Gallery at City Hall. They're a chance for residents to hear from West Palm Beach city leaders up close and personal. And the police department plays a key role in those meetings.
The sheriff's office contacted me because now they're starting to have the issues on Moore and Mangonia within their jurisdiction. We have worked a comprehensive agreement with the sheriff's office that on the weekends when their helicopter is up, they will contact our shift lieutenant, let them know they're up.
Among the issues presented by police, crime stats broken down by neighborhood, reports on various calls addressed by the police, including arrests made in the area.
And again, some significant arrests, robbery arrests up on Broadway.
Anyone can go to the meetings and ask questions.
And the people that live there in that house, they are not supposed to be coming back and living in that house or being on that property. Is that right?
You have a decoy vehicle that is a police vehicle that people could try to steal and then they get caught stealing it. You use that in the West?
Yes, sir. The reason the citizens like to come to these meetings is because all the agencies are here within the city, not just law enforcement. And of course, when you're looking at the law enforcement aspect, they're actually putting a name with the face also.
Many of those who attend regularly are active in their neighborhood associations and report back to them after each meeting.
Gives the neighborhood presidents and the neighbors a better line of communication.
It's just one of the many ways the West Palm Beach Police Department reaches out to the community to keep the lines of communication open.
While police departments, of course, solve crimes, they also take extraordinary steps to prevent them from happening in the first place. One of those steps involves reaching out to young people, teaching them how to avoid a life of crime and drugs and gangs. The West Palm Beach Police Department puts a lot of time and effort into reaching out to our young folks. Cheryl Kahn takes us behind the scenes.
These middle school students are putting on a skit. And if you have kids or remember what it was like to be one, the lines may sound very familiar.
We can ask you to butt in.
The script is written by experts, part of a program conducted by police departments across the country called Gang Resistance Education and Training, or GREAT. It's designed to teach kids how to make good choices.
It's totally different compared to what it was when we grew up. They're going through a lot tougher times, have to make a lot bigger decisions at an earlier age. So what we're trying to do is just give them the tools, so to speak, for them to make those decisions, to prevent themselves from making a poor decision and getting in trouble.
The exercise they're working on here deals with peer pressure and gossip.
Team one.
I heard my hair was a lollipop.
And while they are having fun, the kids do get to the heart of real-world dilemmas, like how to control your temper and keep touchy situations from escalating.
Calm yourself down and tell a trusted adult.
Very good.
They're also learning how to be sensitive to other people's feelings, how to keep from becoming a bully.
Guys, being a bully, not only is it physical, punching, pushing, whatever it may be, but it's also using your words, all right?
And how to deal with the pain and fear of being bullied yourself.
Who wouldn't tell a teacher?
I wasn't going to because I wouldn't want to get beat up.
Taylor says she has been bullied, and it is definitely not fun.
It's like people would call me ugly and stupid. It feels like really depressing that somebody would I'm always so nice to people and everybody's just like, I get so much negativity back.
That kind of talk is never allowed in this room, although kids are encouraged to be honest. So if they do seem to be heading down the wrong road, they can be redirected.
It's okay to get angry. We all get angry. What you do with that anger is what decides what kind of person you are.
As far as the child's whole life is concerned, the program is just one piece of the puzzle. But the lessons they're learning here can make a huge difference.
How to be a better person and stand up for people who get bullied and don't take revenge back.
This is Cheryl Kahn reporting for TV18.
Sometimes we forget that our police officers are members of our community just like the rest of us. And when a member of our community is hurting or needs help, they step up. They don't do it for the headlines. They don't do it for the notoriety. They do it because it's the right thing to do. Video journalist Robert Telford tells us about just one of those many stories.
We're doing an escort run for the Little Smiles organization. There's a mix of children here that'll be on the way to camp.
Look over here, Lily. Just smile, love. Just smile.
Big thing is the smiles from the kids. I mean, they enjoy the police uniforms, the motorcycles, the lights. They really love it, and that, you know, kind of takes their mind off of maybe what other issues they're dealing with. So, and it puts a big smile on our face as well.
High five, you missed it.
I told him, and he's like, we're getting a police escort? He thought it was really cool. It's really important for them to know that just because they have cancer or have had cancer, that it shouldn't stop them from doing anything that they want to do. So they can be like other children and still go to camp, still play with other friends, and do everything as a normal child just because you have cancer.
So what about this cancer thing? You working on beating it?
Yeah.
Good.
I actually was almost through it, but then had a relapse.
Right.
It's an amazing camp for people with all types of sicknesses. Cancer, HIV, AIDS, asthma, anything you can think of. Whenever you see them, usually they seem down, but over at the camp, you can act normal, and everyone can talk about it because everyone will understand.
Here's Zoe, got you, and yours? Shania, thank you very much.
You can put your feet right there, put the arm there. What do you think? Right there? Or just go like this, and go like this, like that. This is community-oriented policing at its best, absolutely.
That was video journalist Robert Telford. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, young people choose the wrong path. But it's not a permanent choice if the West Palm Beach Police Department has anything to say about it. Cheryl Kahn takes us behind the scenes of one program here at the West Palm PD that tries to get kids that have chosen the wrong path back on the straight and narrow.
When police officers knock on your door, it's usually not good news. But in this case, it is, because these officers are trying to help young people who've gotten into trouble in the past.
We're just here. It's not in a bad way. I'm Detective Mooney for West Palm Beach Police Department, and we have our task force here.
It's all part of Operation Youth Violence, a program that steers youthful offenders to other programs that can get them headed on a more productive path.
There's all kinds of vocational training. There's job training. We provide courses, a 5-week course that will provide them with their GED as long as they pass the test.
Detective Mooney and his team are usually joined by representatives of the Urban League and Vickers House, both of which provide a number of services that can help those who are trying to turn their lives around.
We want to provide you with this packet.
Every month, they go to the homes of those who've been arrested recently to tell them about what programs are available and why it might be a good idea to take advantage of those programs.
I understand you were recently arrested, so we want to try and provide you services and maybe, help you change your life.
Whenever possible, they also try to talk things out.
It's no fun being on probation, right, and house arrest and all that.
And if along the way they run into others who'd like to participate in one of the programs, that's all the better.
We've had people jump in front of our police cars to try and talk to us.
This young man says he's never been arrested, but he has been looking for work for quite a while, so he filled out a job bank application.
I don't have no criminal background, but yes, I'm interested. I really am, because I really need a job. I mean, whatever it takes. I do whatever it takes to get a job, really.
Not everyone who's contacted by the team signs up for anything at all, and some of those who do sign up don't show up when they're supposed to. But those who do participate often find the programs to be the catalyst for change that's been a long time coming.
Thank you.
This is Cheryl Kahn reporting for TV 18.
Ask any police officer and they will probably tell you that they hope they never have to use most of the training that they've received, even though that training can be life-saving. Dealing with an active shooter situation is one scenario that no officer looks forward to, but every officer needs to know how to deal with. Video journalist Robert Telford went behind the scenes recently with the West Palm Beach PD for an active shooter drill.
All right, let's get ready. Don't assume that because the 911 call said there was one active shooter, that's only one. Grab a weapon and magazine. Don't take anything for granted. Stay situationally aware.
Once you go in, I'd like to see a little separation. You guys can follow each other in.
I am playing as an active shooter role playing.
I am really excited and my adrenaline is rushing.
This is real life training and it can't get any better.
Don't shoot the wrong people. All right? And what's the possibility of that? You better believe it. Cockatoo standing by, the house is hot, the house is hot. Don't shoot the wrong people. How are you going to accomplish that in training? You're teaching lessons here. If there's going to be critical mistakes, you're going to make them right here.
We are conducting an active shooter train the trainer program, which is an instructor level course where we are working with the National Center for Biomedical Research and Training from Louisiana State University. And we are training 24 officers from agencies throughout the county in active shooter techniques.
First guy kind of went catty-corner towards the target. I would like to see the second guy go completely right.
Because as we know, there's been a lot of violence in our community and nationwide. So this type of training gives the officers an opportunity to have like a real life experience without having to really experience the incident itself. So they have role players such as the explorers here, just kind of bringing a real life experience or real life aspect to it, and they get to basically react in a fashion that they would if this situation occurred here in our community.
I'm excited to see the tactics that the SWAT officers have and how they do stuff.
I want to see their mistakes, or let's say, and what they would do in a certain scenario.
So you're looking forward to what part of this?
Getting shot.
chemistry was good. You guys separated. You had it. You asked for cover. You gave them cover. Good job.
I think every officer should go through this experience. It's very important that they practice and practice and practice.
This is definitely real life. This could happen. For example, Columbine. It could definitely happen, and this training helps.
In a real life situation, there would be lots of students running everywhere, so they would need to be able to definitely identify who's the threat.
I thought we were just gonna run through, but actually being there and like getting to run and seeing everything in motion, it's crazy.
I hope that neither the Explorers nor myself will ever have to use it, to be quite honest with you. The Explorers are learning skills and recognizing what officers do are dangerous, but this is the last call that any officer wants to respond to as an active shooter at a school or at a movie theater or a public venue. And we hope we never have to use these skills, but having them will help us be prepared to deal with what we may encounter.
Again, that was video journalist Robert Telford. Good community relations, good communications, helping our young people and making sure their training is cutting edge. These are just a few of the things that the West Palm Beach Police Department does behind the scenes, aside from solving crimes and patrolling our neighborhoods. We hope you've enjoyed this look at the West Palm Beach Police Department. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.